Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make an exploding box or an explosion box, whatever you want to call it. It's a really cool concept. It's for any occasion. I've made a Christmas one, but you just take the lid off and then the box opens so it explodes. You've got two layers here. I'm going to show you how to make my one with a box inside. You've got two layers. You could have photos, it could be invitations, it could be for a wedding, a new baby, all the occasions you can think of. You can adapt it. You don't have to put the box in the middle, but I'm going to show you how to do that today. So it'd be great, like for Christmas, you could put another box of earrings inside of there or anything like that. I've decorated the inside of the box as well. I'm going to tell you all about the mats and layers. My channel is all about the crafting know-how, so I'm going to explain thoroughly how we put this together and make a nice box, but I'm not going to decorate it. Obviously I've put bows, a conifer and some danglies, a little bit of cool ribbon there and a die cut. So lots of ways that you can decorate them, lots of papers that you use, is all going to change. So let's get started and show you how to do it. So thanks everyone that has subscribed, liked and commented on my channel and also shared it. I do appreciate you. Just going to make sure that you can all see this. So what I've done for you is I've actually written down the size of the card and put black lines on where you score it. This little bit here is the score lines and this is the mat, so that's the like pieces that go inside of it. So this is your outside layer, your outside box. You need an 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 square piece of card. You can obviously upsize these and make 12 by 12s, but 8 1/4 fits A4 and US letter, which everybody has an abundance of card for. So what you need to do with the first one is score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 that way. And then you spin it and you do it the other way, 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Then you'll have your score lines and you can work from those. Now what you need to do is to remove 4 corners, okay? So just, you wouldn't have lines on there, you wouldn't draw lines, you just follow your score lines. But I'm aware with all the demonstrations I've done in the past, it's really difficult to see the score lines for me and you. Excuse me, for me and you. So you go ahead and you cut all 4 corners and you end up with that. Okay, so that would be our first bit. Second layer we need to do would be 7 1/2 inches by 7 1/2. So make sure you've got a pen, pause the video if you like and go and grab yourself pen and paper and jot all these measurements down. So 7 1/2 by 7 1/2, and again you're going to score it 2 1/2 and 5. Spin it around, 2 1/2 and 5, and exactly the same thing. All 4 corners need removing. I'm just going to cut one out, so you just get that one and then you get that one. Okay, so that's how you do that. As simple as anything. Just take all 4 corners out. So that's your, and keep these bits, because if you wanted to mat and layer, these are obviously bigger each size, so you can use these for matting and layering. You can cut them down. So the mats on these are 2 1/4 squares. Okay, we'll go through it again a bit later. Then that will give you one like this. Okay, so that will sit on top of this one and you've got your border all around it. Okay, and then you glue this one to that, which we'll do in a minute. We will make it. I'm just going through all the, I figured this was the easiest way to show you what to do. So now this is the lid for the outside part, so the bit you're going to decorate the top of, and you need a 4 7/8 by 4 7/8 inch square piece of card for this. And do use card. Paper's not going to cut it with this. You do need the card. Paper you can do for your mats and layers, but not the actual decor. So with this one, spin it around for a 1 inch score all the way around. Okay, so just keep spinning it for a 1 inch score. And then to cut this one, you want to do the top and the bottom as it's looking at you only, and you're going to cut along the line to the next line, the score line, and then you're just going to take a little snippet out like that, and that just makes the tabs nice and easy and it makes them work and you can align them a bit better. So you just take all the tabs out and then you turn it around and you do this side as well, which I don't need to do because I've already done one. So you end up with a piece like that. Okay, so that's the outside lid. Then we're going to make our box. Or actually, if I put this together, and then if you didn't want a box in the middle, then you don't have to watch anymore, do you? So that just saves some people some time. So all you need to do is glue this section down. So you turn it over. Now if you're going to do mats in layers, okay, decorate them now while you can before you glue it together. I'm not going to put any on today because it's just so time consuming and you don't want to see me cutting out loads and loads of mats and layers. So for the bigger size you need 2.5 inch square mats, and for the smaller size is 2 1/4. So these are 2 1/4 square and these are 2.5. And what that'll do is, I'll just show you again with my one, is you've got that border, the white border around it on those two different sizes. So that's what we do with that one. And then you just glue that down. So you're just going to pop this one in the middle. So these are just your 2 layers that explode, if you like. So all you do is put glue just on that centre square and pop that down in the middle of the square. You can just sort of like jig it around until it looks good on all 4 sides, and then just let that dry. So just set that aside. Now with the lid, this is the right side, okay, sorry, the wrong side. So if you put your tape on the good side, on the right side of your card, then you just get a pokey tool, which I am looking for. I've put red liner tape on this, you may not be able to see it against the colour, and I'm just going to do one side at a time. So remove both of your bits of tape like this, and then you're just going to pop that inside, and then you're just going to butt up that line to that fold. Okay, don't go over the fold because you'll have an overhang here and you don't want that. You want it to be a nice smooth corner, and it was this one, wasn't it? So just turn that in. So it was like this. You're just going to turn it in and pull this up like that and squash it down, and then again the other 2. I just find it's easier to do. What on earth have I got on my pokey tool? Looks like a bit of foam pad, doesn't it? Something sticky. Just going to get these tapes off like this. I thought this would be quicker than glue, but it's painful to watch, isn't it? Oh dear. There we go. They're off. So again, just make that corner good, like that. And this one. Now for mats in layers on the top lid, okay, I didn't bother decorating the inside of mine because it's a lid, but you can if you want. So these are all 3/4 inch deep, okay, all around, on both of the lids actually, for each of the boxes. And then the centerpiece is a little bit different to the other ones. It's actually 2 5/8 square. The mat in there that you need in that is 2 5/8. Okay, so that is how you put together your box. Just need to make sure I don't think I scored them, but I scored them, I didn't reinforce them or burnish them as we call it. So you just pull all those together like this, gather them all up and pop your lid on like that. And then obviously you'd have decorated all the outsides and everything, and then you've got your explosion box. You know, with a few goes it falls out. When you start putting weight on there, they fall down as well. Okay, so that's that part. So just move that to one side. And now for the inside box. So for the inside box, you need a 6 3/4 by 6 3/4 square, and you're going to score these at 2 1/4 and 4 1/2. Now this is a little bit different, this one, we're not cutting out the squares. 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, now what you're going to do with this one is you are going to cut down both sides, so opposite sides. So you're going to cut to the middle, this end, like this, and you're going to cut to the middle on the opposite side. Okay, so it's important that it's opposite side. Opposite side, I mean there and there. Okay, it's really important that you do opposite sides. Now you're going to your scissors and you're going to cut from this corner point, and don't worry if it's not 100% accurate, it's going on the inside. You're going to snip away that. So from every corner point up to that cut, that corner there that you cut, take these pieces out. So every single corner, and I'm going to go around and do all of this. I've got another one ready. I just wanted to show you how easy it is. Okay, now the reason I've done that is because if I didn't, when you go to make your box, okay, you'd have this flap hole, this flap hole, and this flap hole. So you've got loads and loads of cardstock in there, which is just too much. This just thins it out a little bit. So that's why I decided to do it like that. So this is the box, okay, so this is what it looks like. So we've got our box here, and we've got our corners, got a little edge there that I didn't cut off. Snip that away. And then all you need to do with this, and I find it's easier just to work with some wet glue. So you're just going to put wet glue across the top. And you're just worried about joining those two pointed parts together at the moment, okay? So just join those two together. Way too much glue. Got overexcited, didn't I? Again, on this side. Won't put it so near the top. And I know it's come open the other side, but it will, because you need to hold it in place, but I'll just get both together. So just, you can line those up, look, because there's no tabs, or you're not being forced by the depth of it. You can make that work really nicely now. I'm just going to get these two to line up as well. Make sure the tops are exactly in line. And then just hold that in place. It could do with a bit of drying time. And then with this one, you just go around the edge. And not right down to the bottom, because there's only a little point there. So you don't want to have glue on the inside of your box. So just go around like this. And pop that up. If you're going to line your box, it doesn't matter where you put the glue, which I'm going to do with mine because I just think it looks nicer. Just hold that in place. And you only needed to go around the edge. I know I did it all over. Need to listen to myself. I'll watch my video later and then I'll get it right. So just go around three sides like that. And then squash it on. And then you can just, obviously you'll have more time, so you can just hold it in place a little bit longer. Make sure that all these sides are glued together and the tops. Just get them all stuck down. And then you've got your little box to go on the inside. Now again, when this was open, so like this, if you're going to decorate it, this is a good time to decorate it. And the sizes that you need to decorate this are, it's on the other side of this. So 2x2 mats, okay, so you need 4 2-inch square mats, and for the inside if you're going to decorate the inside, and 1 for there if you're going to decorate the bottom as well, which I did on mine, which I will refer back to again. So you can see I decorated all around the inside. I think it just looks nicer, doesn't it? I use the same paper, so I use this paper around the edges and I use this paper in the bottom, and it just looks really cool. Just all matches and looks good, doesn't it? So that's that one. So that's easy, they're just 2-inch squares. And now we'll make the lid. So for the lid, this little fella, what you need is a piece of card that is 4 3/8. Whoops, should have moved that. 4 3/8 by 4 3/8, and again it's a 1-inch score all the way around. So just 1 and 1. And then it's the same thing as how we made the other box. So you always work top and bottom or side to side, whichever way you want. So if you cut this side and then you cut the other side, you can actually cut your tab off, and that would be no good. So you've seen me do this once, so I'll go back to the one I've already got done, which looks like that. Okay, and when you've cut the full tab, so if you only cut top and bottom, these stay intact, these side ones, or you'll take your squares out. And then you've got your tabs again to glue, or I'm using tape. I do prefer wet glue, it's just with videos, as you can see, it takes a little bit longer to dry. Just take all these tapes off. There we go. Right, get off me. Got the tapes stuck on me. So again, you just pop the tab in to the wrong side of the card, and then you butt up your corner nicely like that, and this one as well. Now, something else you can do, probably advisable, is now put that on top of the box to make sure that it's going to fit. Fold this flap backwards, okay? So fold that flap backwards out the way, and it's going to fit nicely, and then we just know that we're going to be okay. So yeah, it's going to be fine. I can see it's going to be fine. If it wasn't, you could come out a little bit like this to make it fit. It's going to be okay because my measurements are worked out. Spent a lot of time on getting them right for you. So this is your lid. Now onto your box like that. As you can see, it's a nice fit. You can hear it's a snug fit. So now you can decorate this as well. So for decorating these, the lid, you need mats that are 2 1/8 by 2 1/8 just for that, and the inside of the lid if you want. And then around the edge is 3/4 down and 2 1/8 across. Okay, so I hope you've got all of that. And then this now goes into the centre of this card, which would be decorated. And I will decorate this one later. I might make this for like a Mother's Day or a birthday, I think. But mind you, burgundy and cream could also work really well with Christmas, because you could do poinsettias of the same card, etc. And hollies and berries. Depends on the cardstock you've got. So I'm just giving that little push down. And then obviously you would decorate inside before you put your box together. Just makes it a lot easier. I actually did mine while it was made. It didn't bother me too much. So now we're just going to fold that all up and pop the lid on, and you can see there it doesn't take long to actually make the box. You just got to cut all your little pieces and decorate it. So let's just go back to my one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate that. And we just fold all this up, pop the lid back on, and you can see there got 2 boxes. Okay, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.